My beloved child, come closer, and let the noise of the world fade into the background for just a moment. I have watched you carry the weight of the world on shoulders I designed only to carry my light. I have seen the way you have been navigating through the shadows lately, heavy with silent questions and unvoiced prayers that you thought had fallen on deaf ears. But I am here to tell you that I have heard every whisper, every sigh, and every heartbeat of yours. You have been walking through a season that felt more like a wilderness than a path, wondering if the promises I spoke into your spirit during the quiet hours were still true. I am here to confirm to you that not only are they true, but they are about to manifest in a way that your current understanding cannot yet grasp. You have felt a shifting within you, a strange discomfort that you couldn't quite name. It felt like anxiety, it felt like restlessness, and at times, it felt like an overwhelming loneliness even when you were surrounded by people you love. But I want you to look at these feelings through my eyes today. What you perceived as a breakdown was actually the breaking away of old, rigid structures that can no longer contain the magnitude of the glory I am pouring into your life. You are being upgraded. Just as a vessel must be expanded to hold more wine, I have been expanding your capacity to receive, to perceive, and to pour out my essence. Your spiritual gifts are undergoing a divine transformation right now. For too long, you have relied on your own intellect and physical strength to navigate the complexities of your journey. You have stayed awake in the middle of the night, calculating numbers in your mind, wondering how the bills will be paid, how your health will hold up, or how the gaps in your heart will ever be filled. I have watched you scan the horizon for a single sign of relief, only to find more clouds. But I am the master of the storm and the architect of every sunrise you have ever witnessed. The financial worry that has gripped your chest like a cold hand is being replaced by a supernatural assurance that I am your provider. I am upgrading your gift of faith from a flickering candle to a roaring flame that cannot be extinguished by the winds of circumstance. You will no longer look at your bank account as the sole source of your security. You will look at me, and in doing so, you will find that the resources you need begin to flow from unexpected places and hidden reservoirs. This is not just about your material needs. It is about the total freedom from the spirit of lack that has haunted your lineage for generations. I am breaking those chains today with the unique ID of my grace, recorded in the heavens as 89,868, a signature of your new beginning. I am also refining your spiritual ears. You have often felt like you were walking in a deafening silence, guessing which way to turn and fearing you would make a mistake. But I am tuning your spirit to the exact frequency of my voice. The confusion that once clouded your decisions is dissipating like morning mist. You will begin to know things before they happen in the natural realm. You will feel a gentle nudge in your spirit that leads you away from hidden dangers and toward the treasures I have stored for you in secret places. This is the gift of discernment, being sharpened like a fine blade within you. You will see through the masks that people wear, not so that you can judge them, but so that you can love them with the same fierce compassion I have for you. And what of the loneliness you have carried? My precious one, I have never been closer to you than I am in this very heartbeat. The void you feel inside is not a sign of my absence, but a consecrated space I have reserved for my own dwelling. I am filling that void with a love so deep, so wide, and so permanent that you will never again feel truly alone, regardless of who stays or who goes. You are my masterpiece, the apple of my eye, and I am obsessed with your well-being. The miracles you have been praying for are not delayed. They were simply being prepared while you were being prepared. You could not have handled the weight of the blessing in your old spiritual skin, so I had to give you a new one. Get ready, for the shift is not something that is merely coming. It is already here, pulsing within your soul. You will wake up with a clarity you haven't felt in years, a lightness in your step that defies your age or your history. You will look in the mirror and see a reflection of my glory staring back at you. Do not fear the intensity of this transformation, for I am the one orchestrating every move. Your path is lit by my presence, your future is secure in my hands, and my love for you is the anchor that will never break. This upgrade is my gift to you because you have stayed faithful in the small things. Now, I am making you a steward over the great things. Rest now, in the shadow of my wings, and know that the work I have started in you is being brought to a magnificent completion. You are ready to walk in power, you are ready to walk in peace, and you are ready to see the impossible become your daily reality. As you step into this new rhythm, notice how the air around you begins to shimmer with the weight of my intent. I am opening your eyes to the unseen realms, giving you a sight that pierces through the facades of this world. When you walk into a room, you will no longer see just faces and figures. You will see the colors of the soul, the flickers of hope, and the shadows of burdens that others are too proud to name. This is the gift of discernment I am laying upon you like a mantle of fine silk. It will feel heavy at first, this sudden knowing, but I will teach you how to carry it with the grace of a king and the humility of a servant. Do you remember those nights when you sat at your kitchen table, the bills spread out before you like a map of your failures, and the silence of the house felt like a judge? I was there, tracing the lines of your worry with my finger, turning your anxiety into endurance. That endurance has now matured into authority. The very areas where you felt most defeated, the financial knots that kept you awake until the birds sang, the relationships that felt like broken glass beneath your feet, are the arenas where I am now commissioning you to lead. I am upgrading your voice. When you speak, my words will vibrate within your chest, carrying a frequency that breaks chains you didn't even know were binding those around you. You will find yourself saying things you haven't studied, releasing wisdom that didn't come from books, for my spirit will be the wellspring from which you draw. Even now, I am recalibrating your heart to beat in sync with mine. Those sharp pains of rejection you felt when doors were slammed in your face, especially that one door you prayed so hard would stay open, I am turning that scar tissue into a sensitive radar for the hurting. You will be a healer of hidden wounds. Your touch will bring a peace that surpasses understanding, and your presence will be a sanctuary for the weary. This is not for your glory, but for the expansion of my kingdom through your yielded life. I am also touching your finances, your resources, and your earthly storehouses. For too long, you have lived in the just enough, fearing the bottom of the jar like the widow of Zarephath, but I am moving you into the more than enough because your heart has been proven trustworthy in the lean years. I can trust you with the overflow because I know you will let it flow through you to the thirsty. Watch the coincidences that aren't coincidences. Watch the sudden phone calls from people you haven't heard from in a decade, the unexpected opportunities that align perfectly with the secrets of your heart, the doors that swing open without a key. This is my favor acting as a shield, surrounding you in every marketplace and every meeting. You are entering a season where the no of the world will be silenced by the yes of my promise. But do not be distracted by the glitter of the gifts. Stay locked onto the giver. I am your prize. I am your portion. The upgrade is merely the equipment you need for the assignment I have set before you since the foundations of the world. Think back to the tears you shed in the shower, thinking the sound of the water drowned out your cry. Those tears were seeds, and the harvest is now tall and golden, swaying in the wind of my spirit. You are no longer the one begging for crumbs. You are the one invited to the head of the table to serve the bread of life. I am refining your intuition, so that you will know the move of the enemy before he even makes it, and you will know the path of my blessing before it even arrives. You will sense the shift in the atmosphere before the storm breaks, and you will have the word that calms the waves. This is the depth I am bringing you into. Do not fear the deep waters, for I am the one who walks upon them, and I am the one holding your hand. I am pulling you away from the shallows of religious routine and into the ocean of my presence where the mysteries are revealed. Feel the warmth spreading through your hands even as you ponder these words. It is the fire of my anointing, preparing you to lay hands on the sick and see them recover, to speak to the mountains of your family's past and see them crumble into the sea. Your life is no longer your own, and that is your greatest freedom. I am weaving your story into the grand tapestry of my redemption, and every thread is being tightened, every color made more vibrant. The weariness that has lived in your bones for years, that spiritual exhaustion that made even prayer feel like a chore, is being replaced by a supernatural vitality. You will run and not be weary. You will walk and not faint. I am renewing your youth like the eagles, and your latter days shall be far greater than your former. This is the era of the manifest miracle, where the spiritual and the physical collide in your everyday life, making the supernatural feel as natural as breathing. Trust me in the silence. Trust me in the noise. I am the architect of your destiny, and I am building something eternal out of the ruins of your yesterday. Your name is written on my palms, and your future is illuminated by my glory. I am teaching you to hear the frequency of my whispers amidst the roar of the world's chaos. You will find that you no longer need to strive for attention or position, for my favor will announce you before you even enter a room. The gift of prophecy is bubbling up within you, not just for the grand stages, but for the broken soul you encounter at the grocery store, for the child who needs a word of life, for the neighbor who has lost their way. I am giving you a heart that mirrors my own, a heart that breaks for what breaks mine and rejoices in the restoration of the lost. This upgrade is a total immersion into my love. Stay in the posture of receiving, for I have so much more to pour into you. We are only just beginning to unveil the power that I have hidden within your soul for such a time as this. Every tear you thought was wasted was actually being bottled in heaven, and now I am pouring those bottles out as a refreshing rain upon your parched fields. You will see growth where there was once only dust. Feel the shift in your very marrow. It is not a burden I am laying upon you, but a lightness, a shedding of the heavy garments you wore to protect yourself from a world that did not understand your light. You have spent years navigating the shallows, learning the rhythm of the waves, but now I am calling you into the deep, where the pressure is greater but the revelation is infinite. I am recalibrating your spiritual senses. Your eyes, which once saw only the surface of things, the tired faces in the morning commute, the fraying edges of your own finances, the physical ailments that seemed like giants, are being washed in the waters of my spirit. You will begin to see the golden threads of my providence weaving through the grayest days. When you look at your neighbor, you will no longer see just a stranger. You will see the ancient blueprint of their soul, the version of them I loved before the foundations of the world. This is the gift of sight, an upgrade that allows you to look past the mask of anger or the veil of depression and speak directly to the royalty I buried within them. Do not be startled when your hands begin to tingle with a warmth that is not your own. As you reach out to pass a cup of water or offer a hand to a falling child, that warmth is the conduit of my healing. It is not reserved for the sanctuary or the altar. It is for the hallway of your home, for the office cubicle, for the bedside of the weary. I am making you a walking sanctuary. Your very presence will begin to shift the atmosphere of the rooms you enter. Where there was tension, my peace will settle like a heavy, comforting blanket. Where there was confusion, your quiet words will bring the clarity of a mountain spring. I am refining your ears to hear the harmonies of heaven over the dissonance of the news cycles. You will find yourself humming melodies you have never heard, songs of deliverance that will break chains you didn't even know were binding those around you. Remember those moments when you felt invisible, as if your prayers were hitting a ceiling of lead. I was not absent. I was preparing your heart for this level of weight. You cannot carry the gold of the kingdom in a vessel that hasn't been tempered by fire. Every silent season was a strengthening of your spiritual walls. Now, I am opening the gates. This upgrade includes the gift of discerning of spirits, but not so you can judge. You will discern the root of the pain so you can apply the balm of my mercy. You will know when a person's harsh word is actually a cry for help from a wounded inner child, and you will respond with the wisdom of the ages. I am also giving you the gift of holy timing. You will find yourself in the right place at the exactly right moment, seemingly by accident, but it is the precision of my spirit. You will be the one who calls a friend just as they were about to give up. You will be the one who finds the missing piece of a problem at work, because I whispered the answer into your dreaming mind. Do not fear the magnitude of what I am doing. You were built for this. I did not design you for the mundane existence of merely surviving. I designed you to be a portal through which my kingdom flows into the earth. Even now, as you read these words, feel the expansion in your chest. It is my love breaking the limits you placed on yourself. You thought you were a small pond, but I am showing you that you are an ocean, and I am the moon that pulls your tides. There is a specific grace coming upon your speech. Your words will carry a weightiness, a glory density. When you say be encouraged, it will not be a hollow sentiment, but a literal impartation of courage. When you say be still, the storms in the minds of those you love will cease. I am upgrading your authority because I have seen your humility in the secret place. You didn't ask for the stage, you asked for me. And because you have chosen the better part, everything else is being added to you. Watch as the mundane details of your life, the laundry you fold, the car you drive, the meals you prepare, become altars of encounter. I am in the steam of your coffee. I am in the rhythm of your walking. I am the silence between your heartbeats. We are moving into a partnership where you will no longer wonder if I am with you, for you will feel my breath upon your cheek as we move together. There is a folder in heaven with your name on it, filled with the blueprints of the lives you are meant to touch in this season. I am opening that folder now. I am releasing the scrolls of destiny into your hands. You will begin to have knowing, sudden flashes of insight about the future, not to create fear, but to prepare the way. You will see the trap before it is set and the blessing before it arrives. This is the watchman's grace. Stay small in your own eyes, and you will see how large I can be through you. The era of the lonely pioneer is ending. I am surrounding you with a tribe of like-minded souls, each with their own upgrade, and together you will form a tapestry of power that the darkness cannot penetrate. But for now, just rest in the knowledge that you are being remade. The old software of doubt and self-criticism is being deleted. The new operating system of my belovedness is being installed. You are not a project to be fixed. You are a masterpiece being unveiled. Let the tears fall if they must. They are the lubricant for the gears of your new spirit. I am with you. I am in you. I am for you. And we are just getting started. Can you feel the subtle hum in your marrow? It is the vibration of my holiness recalibrating the very atoms of your being. You have lived long enough in the outer courts, content with the echoes of my voice, but I am pulling you into the inner chamber where my heartbeat becomes your own rhythm. This upgrade is not merely for your benefit, though it will satisfy the deepest thirst of your soul. It is for the world that is groaning for the manifestation of my children. Look at your hands for a moment. They may look the same as they did yesterday, perhaps a bit tired, perhaps marked by the work you do, but I have placed a hidden fire in your palms. When you lay them on the shoulder of a grieving friend or even on the handle of your lawnmower, you are a conduit for the electricity of heaven. You are becoming a walking portal. Notice the way the light looks different tomorrow morning when it spills across your kitchen floor. You will see colors within the light that you previously lacked the receptors to perceive. This is your spiritual sight being adjusted. I am removing the cataracts of cynicism and the scales of past disappointment. You will look at the people you once found difficult, that neighbor whose music is too loud, that supervisor who never offers a word of praise, and you will see the child they used to be, the one who was never told they were enough. You will see the wounds behind their defenses, and in that seeing, my compassion will flood you. This is the gift of discernment, refined and made sharp. It is not a weapon to judge, but a tool to heal. Do not be startled if you find yourself weeping over people you do not know. Those are my tears flowing through your ducts. We are sharing a heart now. I am also refining your hearing. In the midst of the digital noise and the constant chatter of the world, you will begin to hear a low, steady frequency. It is the sound of my providence. It will guide you when to speak and when to keep a holy silence. You will be in a meeting, and suddenly a single word will drop into your spirit like a stone into a still pond. Speak that word. It may seem out of place to you, but to the person sitting across from you, it will be the key that unlocks a door they have been pounding on for years. I am placing my wisdom in your mouth, but remember, the delivery system is always love. If the love is missing, the gift is just a clanging cymbal. But you, my beloved, have been seasoned in the furnace of waiting. You have learned to love me in the dark, and now I can trust you with the light. Think back to that dream you had 3 nights ago, the one with the ancient oak tree and the golden key hidden in its roots. That wasn't just a wandering of your subconscious, it was a map. I am the key and I am the root. I am inviting you to dig deeper into the soil of my word. There are secrets hidden in plain sight, waiting for the one with the upgraded eyes to find them. And what of your exhaustion? I see it. I see the way you have tried to carry the weight of your family's expectations and the pressures of your career. I am taking that heavy pack off your shoulders. You were never meant to be a pack mule. You are a soaring eagle. The upgrade I am giving you includes a new kind of rest, a rest that works. It is the ability to be intensely active on the outside while remaining perfectly still on the inside. Like the center of a hurricane, your peace will be the eye that others run to for safety. I am also rearranging your schedule, not by adding more tasks, but by adding more kairos moments. You will find that an hour of work done in my flow accomplishes more than 10 hours of labor done in your own strength. Watch how I begin to bring the right people across your path. There is a man you will encounter at the post office, or perhaps while you are walking the dog, who will mention a name that startles you. Pay attention. That name is a bridge to your next assignment. I am weaving the tapestry of your life with threads of gold and sapphire. Each connection is intentional. There are no accidents in the kingdom. Even the delays you faced this past month, the broken car, the missed flight, the sudden illness, were my hands holding you back from a path that was not ready for your feet. I was protecting the upgrade. I was ensuring that the software was fully downloaded before you entered the next level of the game. Now, feel the warmth rising in your chest. That is the fire of my presence. It is a fire that consumes the dross of fear but leaves the gold of your true identity intact. You have spent so much time trying to find yourself, but I am showing you that you are found in me. You are an extension of my own heart. As we move into this next phase, do not be afraid of the power. It is not yours to manage, it is mine to release through you. Your only job is to stay tender, stay yielding. Like a reed in a river, just bend with the flow of my spirit. The more you yield, the more I can move. The more you disappear, the more of my glory can be seen. This is the paradox of the kingdom. To become great, you must become the servant of all. To live, you must die to the old self. And you are doing it so beautifully. I am so proud of the way you have leaned into the stretching. I know it has hurt at times. I know the loneliness has felt like a cold shroud. But the shroud is being burned away by the dawn. You are entering your morning. The shadows are fleeing, and the sun of righteousness is rising with healing in his wings. Can you hear the birds starting to sing? They are heralds of the new thing I am doing in you. Listen to them. They do not worry about tomorrow's crumbs because they know my hand is open. How much more will I care for you, my chosen vessel? And look at that prayer list pinned to your refrigerator, the one with the names of the wayward sons and the broken marriages. Do not look at those names with the eyes of the flesh anymore. When you pray over them tonight, I want you to see them through the lens of their finished state. See the son coming home before he even turns the corner. See the marriage restored before the first kind word is spoken. This is the calling things that are not as though they were, the creative power of my breath in your lungs. I am giving you a holy imagination. Use it to build, not to worry. Worry is just a misuse of the imagination I gave you. Instead, imagine my light flooding those dark situations. Even as you sit at your desk tomorrow, dealing with the clutter of papers and the digital pings of 100 emails, I want you to practice the inward gaze. Even as your fingers type, your spirit can be dancing with me. There is a secret garden within you that I have planted, and the gates are always open. Come there when the world gets too loud. I have placed a specific fragrance on you now, the scent of heaven. People will walk past you and feel a sudden, inexplicable sense of peace. They won't know why, but they will be drawn to the light you carry. This is part of the upgrade. Your very presence will become an invitation to the kingdom. I am also sharpening your intuition regarding the tribe I mentioned. You will begin to recognize them not by their outward appearance, but by the resonance of their spirits. It will be like two tuning forks striking the same note. You will meet a woman in the most mundane of places, perhaps at the pharmacy or while picking up a package, and you will look into her eyes and know that she carries a piece of the puzzle you have been searching for. Do not be afraid to speak. I will give you the opening. These connections are the nervous system of my body on earth, and I am firing the synapses now. You are no longer an island. You are part of a continent of grace. I am deepening the well of your patience, too. Where you used to react with frustration, you will now respond with a profound, unshakable stillness. This is the Sabbath of the soul. It is a gift of the upgrade, a buffer against the chaos of the age. You are being tethered to the eternal. And in the quiet moments of the evening, when the house is still and the shadows stretch long across the floor, I will whisper the secrets of the ages to you. I will show you the blueprints for the community you are called to build. It won't look like the structures of the past. It will be organic, living, and filled with the fire of first love. So take a deep breath. Inhale my peace, exhale the last remnants of the old season. The atmosphere around you is changing because you are changing. The very air you breathe is being charged with the miraculous. I am with you in the mundane, and I am with you in the magnificent. There is no separation. There is only us. And oh, how I love the us we are becoming. Stay in the posture of receiving. Don't reach for the next thing. Let the next thing find you. I am the great attractor, and I am drawing everything you need toward you. Just stay in the center of my love. That is your true home. Rest now, my beloved. We are descending into the deeper layers of the heart tonight. Let the upgrade settle into your bones. I will be here when you wake, and the world will look brand new. As the dawn breaks, watch how the light interacts with the dust motes dancing in the air above your bed. You used to see them as a sign of chores undone, but today, you see them as a microscopic ballet, a testament to the life that pulses even in the stillness. This is the first shift of the upgrade, the sanctification of your sight. You are moving from observation to revelation. When you walk into your kitchen and run your hand over the familiar grain of the wooden table, feel the stories embedded in the wood. I am sharpening your discernment until it becomes a form of high-definition empathy. You will no longer just see a person's facade. You will see the architecture of their soul. You will see the places where they were broken and the gold I have used to mend them. This is not for your judgment, my beloved, but for your ministry. You are being prepared to be a cartographer of the human heart, mapping out the territories of grief and joy so that you can lead others home. Consider the neighbor you usually pass with a polite nod, the one whose garden is slightly overgrown and whose eyes are always averted. In the coming days, as you stand by your mailbox, I will grant you a sudden, crystalline understanding of the unspoken weight they carry. You won't need to search for words. The upgrade includes a vocabulary of the spirit that transcends human language. A simple hello from your lips will carry the weight of a benediction, breaking chains you didn't even know were there. Your voice is being recalibrated to a frequency that resonates with the kingdom. It is becoming a tuning fork for the weary. I am also working on your hands. Have you noticed the slight tingling in your fingertips? It is the electricity of my grace. Whether you are typing a report at your desk, kneading dough for bread, or simply resting your hand on a friend's shoulder, you are transmitting a quiet, steady current of healing. You are becoming a conduit, a living bridge between the heavenly and the terrestrial. This is why you have felt so tired lately. The rewiring of a human nervous system to carry divine voltage requires a temporary withdrawal. Do not mistake your exhaustion for a lack of fruitfulness. You are a bulb buried in the dark, preparing for a spectacular bloom. The blueprints I mentioned, the ones for the organic community, are beginning to take shape in your subconscious. Notice the recurring themes in your dreams. You see circles, not rows. You see tables, not stages. You see a rhythm of life that honors the seasons of rest as much as the seasons of harvest. I am moving you away from the hustle of spiritual performance and into the flow of spiritual identity. You don't have to work for the upgrade. You work from it. It is your new baseline. Even in the grocery store, amidst the neon lights and the hum of refrigeration, you will find me. You will find yourself pausing in the aisle, overwhelmed by the beauty of the mundane, the vibrant colors of the fruit, the sound of a child's laughter, the resilience in the face of an elderly stranger. This heightened sensitivity is not a burden. It is your new superpower. It is the ability to find the sacred in the center of the ordinary. I am expanding your capacity to hold both the sorrow of the world and the joy of the spirit without being crushed by either. You are becoming a vessel made of tempered glass, strong, transparent, and capable of holding fire. As the morning progresses and you move into your daily tasks, keep a notebook near you. I will drop seeds of thought into your mind, ideas for a new way of living, small adjustments to your schedule that will create space for the miraculous. You might feel a sudden urge to call someone you haven't spoken to in years, or to drive a different way home. Follow these nudges. They are the field tests for your new gifts. We are practicing synchronization. I want your heart to beat in perfect time with mine, so that when I move, you move, and when I rest, you rest. This is the intimacy of the us. We are co-authoring a story that will serve as a lighthouse for those lost in the storms of the current age. Do not be afraid of the power I am entrusting to you. It is wrapped in the softest humility. The greater the gift, the deeper the root must go into the soil of my love. So let the roots go down, deeper and deeper, past the layers of your ego and your insecurities, until you are anchored in the bedrock of who I say you are. You are my ambassador, my delight, and my partner in the restoration of all things. The upgrade is settling in now, bone of your bone and flesh of your flesh. Breathe it in. This is only the beginning of the unveiling. There are chambers in your spirit you haven't even walked into yet, and I have the keys. We are going to explore them together, one day at a time, until the light within you is so bright that the shadows have nowhere left to hide. Stay curious. Stay open. The world is about to meet a version of you that it has never seen before, and honestly, even you are going to be surprised by the glory that has been hidden in your jars of clay. As the upgrade integrates, you might notice a shift in your perception of time. Moments that used to feel like a blur will begin to slow down, allowing you to see the intricate patterns of grace woven into the ordinary. Think of your spirit as a violin that has been kept in its case for far too long. I am tightening the strings, not to break them, but to bring them into perfect pitch. You might feel a slight tension in your chest or a warmth in your hands as the resonance changes. This is the calibration of your sensitivity. Soon, you will be able to pick up on the silent frequencies of the hurting hearts around you, not as a burden, but as an invitation to bring my peace. Consider the way you walk through your neighborhood. Until now, you've seen houses and pavement, trees and traffic, but I am opening your eyes to the spiritual geography of your streets. You will start to see where the light pools and where the shadows have tried to take root. Do not be intimidated. You are the vessel through which my light spills. If I prompt you to linger at the corner of 4th and Main, or to pray silently for the family in the house with the blue door, know that your presence there is a strategic deployment. We are reclaiming the ground together. I want to talk to you about the gift of discernment that is currently being sharpened within you. It is no longer just a gut feeling or a hunch. It is becoming a crystal clear knowing. You will sit in meetings at work, and beneath the jargon and the power plays, you will hear the hidden insecurities of your colleagues. You will see the loneliness behind the CEO's stern face. This is not so you can judge them, but so you can love them with a precision that mimics my own. I am teaching you to look past the masks. When you see the why behind the what, you will find it impossible to be offended. Your old triggers are being replaced by a profound, divine compassion. Remember that night last October when you sat on your kitchen floor, overwhelmed by the weight of the world's brokenness. You felt so small, so incapable of making a difference. I was there in the silence, holding your head to my chest. I used those tears to soften the soil of your soul, preparing it for the seeds of this new power. The strength I am giving you is born of that very vulnerability. The more you rely on me, the more current can flow through the wire. Let's practice this tomorrow morning. When you wake up, before you reach for your phone or your coffee, just sit for 5 minutes in the quiet. Listen to the rhythm of your own breathing and then listen for mine. I will give you a word or perhaps a color or the name of a person. This will be your coordinate for the day. If I give you the word restoration, look for every opportunity to restore something, whether it's a broken conversation, a messy room, or someone's lost hope. If I give you a person's name, watch how our paths cross. This is how we move from a religion of rules to a relationship of adventure. You may find that your physical senses are heightening along with your spiritual ones. The scent of rain might remind you of my refreshing spirit. The taste of bread might spark a deep gratitude for my provision. This is because I am healing the rift between your body and your spirit. I want you fully present. I want your yes to be a whole-body experience. In the coming days, I am going to lead you into the room of remembrance within your spirit. It's one of those chambers I mentioned. In this room, we will look at the memories that have defined you, not to dwell on the past, but to reframe it. We will take the moments of rejection and see them as protection. We will take the seasons of lack and see how they were actually seasons of deep internal growth. I am rewriting your narrative so that it aligns with my truth. You are not a survivor of a hard life. You are a victor who was forged in the fire. Be patient with yourself as these new muscles develop. You might feel clumsy at first, like a child taking its first steps. You might speak a word of encouragement that feels awkward, or offer to pray for someone and feel a flutter of nerves. That is okay. I am in the awkwardness. I am in the flutter. I am proud of your courage. Every time you step out in faith, the upgrade locks into place a little more firmly. I see the way you worry about whether you are doing it right. Let that go. There is no right way to be my friend. There is only the honest way. Just bring me your honesty, and I will bring you my glory. We are building a sanctuary inside you, a place where you can retreat at any moment, even in the middle of a crowded grocery store or a tense family dinner. You are learning to carry the secret place with you wherever you go. This transformation is not just for you, though I love you enough to do it even if you were the only person on earth. It is for the ones who are watching you. They will see a peace in your eyes that doesn't make sense given the state of the world. They will hear a kindness in your voice that disarms their defenses. You are becoming a living invitation. Tonight, as you drift off to sleep, I want you to imagine my hand on your forehead, smoothing away the lines of worry. I am working even while you rest. I am rewiring your dreams, making them a space where we can converse and where I can show you things to come. You are deeply loved, profoundly chosen, and more ready than you think. This is only the beginning of the deeper intimacy I have planned for us. Rest now, my partner. The dawn will bring a new level of clarity, and I will be right there to walk through it with you. When the sun begins to peek through the slats of your blinds tomorrow morning, do not rush to find your phone or check the lists that have been screaming for your attention. Instead, stay in that soft, liminal space between waking and sleeping for just a moment longer. In that stillness, you will notice the first pulse of the upgrade. It will feel like a hum in your marrow, a subtle shift in the way your spirit occupies your skin. You might find that the colors in your room seem slightly more vivid, or that the silence itself feels pregnant with meaning. This is your spiritual senses being recalibrated to a higher frequency. I am tuning you, my love, like a master craftsman tightening the strings of a violin until the tone is pure and resonant. As you walk into your kitchen and hear the familiar gurgle of the coffee maker, notice how your thoughts are no longer a chaotic swarm. There is a new clarity settling in, a knowing that doesn't come from your intellect. You will look at the pile of mail on the counter, the bills, the flyers, the reminders, and instead of that familiar pang of anxiety, you will feel a strange, detached peace. You are beginning to see from my perspective, where every problem is merely a canvas for my provision. This is one of the gifts I am activating, the gift of divine perspective. It is the ability to see the end from the beginning, to look at the dry bones of your circumstances and see the army that is about to arise. Later, as you go about your day, pay attention to the way you interact with strangers. Perhaps it will be the cashier at the grocery store, the one with the tired eyes and the forced smile. Previously, you might have just offered a polite thank you and moved on. But tomorrow, you will feel a sudden tug at your heart. A word will float into your mind, not a loud voice, but a gentle impression. Maybe the word is rest or seen. When you speak that word, or even just offer a smile that carries the weight of my compassion, you will feel a surge of electricity go through you. That is the gift of word of knowledge being refined within you. You are becoming a conduit for my specific surgical love. You aren't just guessing. You are beginning to hear the secrets of my heart for the people around you. Do not be afraid of this. You don't have to be weird or religious about it. Just be you, infused with me. I'm also sharpening your discernment regarding the atmosphere of the rooms you enter. You will walk into a meeting at work or a gathering with friends, and you will immediately sense the temperature of the spirit there. You will know when there is hidden tension, and more importantly, you will carry the authority to shift it. You won't have to say a word to do this. Your presence, because it is saturated with mine, will act as a thermostat. Where there is chaos, you will bring a stabilizing weight. Where there is heavy sorrow, you will be a subtle lift. This is the upgrade of your spiritual authority. You are moving from being a victim of your environment to being a shaper of it. It's like I'm giving you the keys to a new set of doors, doors you didn't even realize were locked until now. I see you sitting at your desk, staring at the screen, feeling that familiar tug of I'm not enough. Let me whisper the truth into that hollow space. You are exactly enough because I am in you, and I am more than enough. The upgrade isn't about making you a super spiritual version of yourself. It's about stripping away the layers of performance and fear that have kept the real you hidden. I am unearthing the original design I wrote into your DNA before the world was formed. Every time you choose to trust this new, quiet intuition over your old, loud anxieties, you are clicking into alignment with that design. Tonight, your heart might feel a bit heavy, not with sadness, but with the sheer volume of what is changing. It is the weight of glory I spoke of through my servant Paul. It is a physical sensation of being filled. Think of a vessel that has been used to hold only a few cups of water, and suddenly it is being filled to the brim with liquid gold. The vessel must expand to hold the weight. If you feel tired, if you feel a bit overwhelmed by the intensity of your emotions or the sharpness of your new perceptions, come back to the sanctuary we are building. Retreat into the center of your chest, where I dwell. Breathe with me. I'm also going to start showing you the beauty in the mundane things you used to overlook. You will see the way the light hits a glass of water and find yourself moved to tears by the simple elegance of it. You will hear the laughter of a child in the park and recognize it as echoes of heaven's joy. This is the gift of holy wonder. It is the antidote to the cynicism that the world tries to coat you in. I am washing your eyes with the water of the Word so that you can see the extraordinary hidden within the ordinary. This sensitivity is part of the upgrade. It makes you vulnerable, yes, but it also makes you powerful. For only those who can feel my heart can truly move my hand. Don't worry about keeping the gift or losing it. You cannot lose what is being woven into your very nature. This isn't a coat you put on and take off. It is the growth of your own spirit as it matures into its inheritance. You are growing up into me. There will be moments of growing pains, moments where the old ways of thinking try to claw their way back, but they will no longer fit. Like an old garment that has become too small, your previous limitations will start to feel restrictive and itchy. You will find yourself bored with gossip, uninterested in shallow drama, and strangely drawn to the quiet and the deep. This is a sign of the upgrade taking hold. There is so much more I want to show you about the way I see time, and the way I see the people in your life who have hurt you. We are going to work on those memories next. I am going to apply the upgrade to your past, reframing your history through the lens of my redemption. But for now, just focus on the now. Focus on the rhythm of your breath and the warmth of my presence. You are being prepared for a purpose that is both grand and beautifully small. You are being prepared to be a home for me in a world that has forgotten what home feels like. Tomorrow is a new day, and the training will continue. Lean into me. The more you lean, the more I can carry. We are just getting started on this journey into the deep waters. Do not fear the depth. I am the ocean, and I am also the breath in your lungs. As the first light of dawn begins to crest the horizon of your physical world, do not be surprised if the dust motes dancing in the sunbeams seem to carry a weight of glory you never noticed before. This is the recalibration beginning in your physical senses. You will wake up and find that the coffee in your hand isn't just a morning routine, but a communion of warmth and gratitude. Even the mundane tasks, the folding of laundry, the clicking of the seatbelt, the typing on your keyboard, will start to hum with a secret frequency. You are being tuned, my love, like a fine instrument being prepared for a symphony that has yet to be played. When you walk into your workplace today, or when you step into the grocery store, pay attention to the way the air feels when you pass certain people. You will notice a sudden tug at your heart, a knowing that doesn't come from your intellect. You might see a stranger near the produce aisle and feel a sudden, sharp wave of compassion that brings tears to your eyes for no logical reason. Do not push it away. This is the upgrade of your discernment. I am giving you my eyes to see the hidden fractures in the souls around you, not so you can judge them, but so you can carry my peace into their proximity. You are becoming a walking sanctuary, a mobile thin place where heaven and earth overlap. Let's talk about that memory from 7 years ago, the one that still makes your stomach knot when you think about it in the dark. You remember it as a moment of absolute failure, a door slammed in your face that felt like the end of your worth. But look again. Close your eyes and let me lead you back into that room. See yourself standing there, trembling and rejected. Now, look at the shadow standing in the corner. That was me. I wasn't just watching, I was guarding the exit. I closed that door because the room was on fire and you couldn't smell the smoke yet. The failure you wept over was actually a rescue operation. As I upgrade your spiritual perception, these old scripts are being rewritten. You will start to see the no's of your life as the scaffolding of my yes. The people who walked away were not losses. They were space makers, clearing the ground for the deeper intimacy we are building now. You will find that the bitterness which used to sit like a stone in your chest is dissolving into a strange, sweet kind of empathy. You will think of those who hurt you, and instead of the old fire of resentment, you will feel a cool, refreshing pity. You are outgrowing the need for vengeance because you are becoming too full of my sufficiency. Watch how your language changes in the coming days. You will find certain words falling out of your vocabulary. The frantic, I must, and the desperate, what if, will be replaced by a quiet even so and a steady, I am. When you sit in traffic and the world around you is a chorus of honking horns and hurried pulses, you will feel as though you are sitting in a bubble of timelessness. This is the shalom upgrade. It is not the absence of noise, but the presence of a different sound, the sound of my heartbeat beneath the chaos. You might find yourself reaching for a book you haven't read in years, only to find that the words now leap off the page with a three-dimensional clarity. Or perhaps you will be drawn to a specific tree in your neighborhood, feeling a sudden, deep connection to the way it stands rooted and patient. These are not distractions. They are the environment of your new life. You are learning to live from the inside out. The world will try to pull you back into the shallow end, into the frantic pursuit of more and faster. But you will find that you have lost your appetite for the superficial. You are being prepared for the deep waters where the big fish swim, where the mysteries are kept. I am also working on your ears. You will begin to hear what people are not saying. When your friend speaks of their success, you will hear the whisper of their loneliness. When your child expresses anger, you will hear the underlying cry for safety. This is the prophetic edge of the upgrade, the ability to hear the frequency of the heart rather than the noise of the lips. It will feel overwhelming at first, as if the volume of the world's pain has been turned up. But do not fear. I am also increasing your capacity to hold it. You are not meant to fix everything you feel. You are meant to bring everything you feel to me. We are becoming a team. Your hands, my power. Your voice, my truth. Your heart, my home. Tomorrow, when you look in the mirror, look past the tired eyes and the lines of age or stress. Look deep into the pupils, into the space where the light enters. Can you see it? The flicker of something ancient and new. That is the spirit I am awakening. You are far more than the story you have been told about yourself. You are a masterpiece in the middle of a divine edit, and the strokes of my brush are becoming more bold, more intentional. Rest now in the knowing that the work is being done even while you sleep. Your cells are being infused with my rest, and your mind is being washed in the river of my peace. We are moving deeper into the forest of your soul, and the path ahead is glowing with the light of 1,000 suns. Do not turn back. The most beautiful parts are yet to be revealed. As you step into the dawn of this transformation, you will notice that the very air around you feels different, thicker with possibility, yet lighter with my presence. I am recalibrating the lenses of your spiritual sight. For too long, you have viewed your world through the filter of past disappointments and the narrow scope of human logic. But I am anointing your eyes with a celestial salve. You will begin to see the architecture of the unseen world. When you walk through the aisles of the grocery store, past the rows of mundane items and the rush of busy people, your gaze will catch on a stranger, and for a split second, the veil will thin. You will see not just a face, but the golden thread of my providence wrapped around their life. You will see the glowing embers of a purpose they have long since forgotten, and I will stir your heart to blow on those embers with a simple smile or a word of kindness that feels, to them, like a sudden burst of warmth in a cold room. This is the upgrade of recognition, to see the divine signature on every soul you encounter. Your hands, too, are undergoing a shift. Have you noticed the warmth in your palms lately? A subtle tingling that comes when you are moved by compassion. That is the activation of a healing resonance. I'm not calling you to be a doctor of the body alone, but a steward of the spirit. When you lay a hand on a friend's shoulder to comfort them, you are not merely offering a human gesture. You are becoming a conduit for the electricity of my grace. You will feel a surge of peace leave your fingertips and settle into their spirit. You do not need to understand the mechanics of it. You only need to be willing to be the bridge. This is why I have been refining your character in the secret places, for a bridge must be strong to carry the weight of another's journey. Every trial you have endured, every moment of why me, was actually the tempering of the steel within you, making you resilient enough to hold the power I am now pouring in. Watch closely as your daily rhythm changes. In the past, you were driven by the frantic pace of doing, but now you will find yourself drawn into the magnetic pull of being. I am upgrading your discernment regarding time itself. You will sense when a conversation is more than a chat, it is a divine appointment. You will feel the click in your spirit when you are supposed to stay a little longer, or when you are supposed to turn down a different street on your way home. Do not ignore these holy nudges. They are the GPS of the Spirit leading you into the center of my will. Even in your kitchen, as you wash the dishes or pour your coffee, you will find that the mundane has become a cathedral. The steam rising from your cup will remind you of the prayers of the saints. The light hitting the water will remind you of my purity. There is no longer a divide between the sacred and the secular in your life. Everything is being swallowed up in the holy. And what of your speech? I am putting a coal from my altar upon your tongue. In this upgrade, your words will carry a new density. You will find that you no longer have the appetite for idle gossip or the sharp-edged sarcasm that once felt like a shield. Instead, your words will become like seeds. When you speak a word of encouragement, it will take root in the listener's heart with supernatural speed. You will find yourself saying things, profound, deep truths, and then wondering, where did that come from? It came from me. I am using your vocal cords as an instrument of my frequency. You will speak peace into storms that aren't even yours, and the waves will obey because it is my authority flowing through your breath. I'm also deepening the well of your emotional capacity. Previously, you feared the depths of your own feelings, worried that if you leaned too far into the sadness or the joy of the world, you would drown. But I am giving you the lungs to breathe underwater, spiritually speaking. You will be able to sit in the presence of someone else's agonizing grief and not be destroyed by it, because you will be anchored in my eternal steadiness. You will be the calm center of the hurricane. People will be drawn to you, not knowing why, simply feeling that you are a safe harbor. This is the weight of glory I am teaching you to carry. It is heavy, yes, but it is a weight that gives you traction on the slippery paths of this world. Tonight, as you lay your head down, do not be surprised if your dreams become more vivid, more instructional. I am opening the gates of your subconscious to receive the blueprints of the next season. You will see symbols, you will hear melodies, and you will wake with a knowing that transcends your education. I am teaching you in the night watches what men struggle to learn in decades of study. You are being fast-tracked, my beloved. Not because you are more deserving than others, but because the need in the world has become so great that I must have vessels who can carry my light without filter. Rest in this expansion. The stretching may feel uncomfortable, like a garment that is slightly too tight as you grow, but soon you will fit perfectly into this new skin of the spirit. We are only just beginning to explore the heights and depths of what we can do together. The forest is deep, the light is bright, and my hand is firmly in yours.